So the size of the cells depends upon the body where they are present. The size of the cell is related to the function which it is doing. The nerve cell, both in the elephant and in the rat, are long and branched. Even in the human body, they are long because they have to conduct message. So their size is slightly longer compared to the cells of the blood. Cell structure and function. Each living organism has many organs. You have studied in class 7th that there are cells, there are tissues. Each organ in every living organism performs different function, like the organ of stomach. The organ stomach does the work of digestion. The work of assimilation is done by the intestine and absorption. Different organs of a plant also have got different organs for doing different function. For example, the roots, they are the organs. What is their work? Their work is to absorb water and minerals from the soil. Leaves, what is, they are also the organs. What is their work? Their work is to absorb sunlight. Their work is to absorb oxygen or carbon dioxide. They absorb carbon dioxide and then receive sunlight and prepare food. So each organ is further made up of small parts called tissues. A tissue is a group of same cells performing specific function. That means many cells combine together, then they are called tissues. Tissue is a group of same cells which are doing same work. Many tissues work together, join together to make an organ. And the organ has got same type of tissues which do same type of work. So we have read that there is the smallest structural unit is the cell. Many cells combine to form the tissue and many tissues combine to form the organ. Next we will read what are the parts of cell. As we read just now that the outermost boundary of the cell is called the cell membrane. The basic component of the cell are the cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. There are three parts of a cell. They are called cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. Cell membrane is the outermost layer which makes the cell. In between this boundary there is a liquid or a jelly-like substance which is called cytoplasm, which gives shape and which fills the cell. In the cytoplasm there is a third component which is nucleus. It is present in the center of the cell. These are the three common components of all types of cell. The cytoplasm and nucleus are enclosed within the cell membrane and are called the nuclear membrane is also called the plasma membrane. The membrane, which is the boundary, separates one cell from another cell. The three components, cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus, are called nucleoplasm. Now a cell has three main parts. The components are cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. In the last slide we read it. Cytoplasm and nucleus are enclosed within the cell membrane. They are found inside the cell membrane. The cell membrane makes boundary of the cell and it is also called the plasma membrane. This membrane, since it is it separates one cell from cell and all the cell from the surrounding medium. The medium means every cell is not enclosed in empty space. There is substance present outside the cell. So the plasma membrane or the cell membrane separates a cell from other substances present outside the cell. Now, the outside every cell there is a cell membrane. The boundary of the onion cell, if we see in the activity 8.3, it shows that if the skin of an onion is seen under a microscope, we will see that the outermost layer, which is the cell membrane, is present in the onion cell also. This cell membrane is covered by another thick cutting, we will read about it, which is called the cell wall. The central dense substance, that means outside there is a cell membrane. In between the cell membrane there is a central part which is called the nucleus, which is a dense structure, and there is a jelly-like substance present between the nucleus and the cell membrane. So there are three components of a cell. The outermost is called the cell membrane. In between the cell membrane there is a cytoplasm, which is a jelly like substance, and in the middle of the cell cytoplasm there is a nucleus. You have learnt earlier that the cell membrane gives shape to the cell. We read this earlier. In addition to the cell membrane, there is another outer thick layer which is present in the cell of plants, which is called the cell wall. This additional layer which surrounds the cell membrane is required by the plants for getting support. So only the plants have got additional layer outside it, which is called the cell membrane. This cell wall gives support to the plant cell. It is there for protection also. Plant cells need protection against various problems which occur in the plant. So it could be a jerk, it could be any movement which occurs in the plant. So the plant cells, why do they need support? Because the plant cells do not have hard separate body structures like our body is having. Our body has got bones which give support and structure and gives shape to our body, but plants do not have bones. So therefore their cells have got a hard structure, which is the cell wall. This cell wall gives support to the plant cell as well as it gives shape to the cell. Plant cells need protection against variation in temperature, high wind, speed, atmospheric changes. So that means when the wind blows, the plants will fall down. So why don't the plants fall down? Because they have got a cell wall outside their cell membrane which gives them support. They are exposed to these because they do not move. So when the plants cannot move, so they need support. So we move when there is any such problem. We can move from one place to another and take precautions, but plants cannot move. So since they are fixed at one place, they need support at the time of wind blowing or any such external forces. So this cell wall gives them support and keeps them straight. If we observe the activity 8.4, if you see, take a clean any plants pick. They have shown the plant pick was taken in the earlier one. Here you have to take, if you study inside your mouth, the inner lining of your mouth, and you study it under a microscope, then we will see that our mouth's cheek cell, that is from the inner side of the mouth, which can be just scrapped, and then when it is seen under a microscope, we will see it does not have a cell wall. So this is the main part in the structure of every cell.